Two former executives at the Post Office will give evidence to the inquiry into the Horizon IT scandal today.
They're Alan Cook and Adam Crozier, who were in charge when scores of postmasters were being wrongly prosecuted for theft. Our reporter, Azadeh Mashiri, has more.
Former Sub-Postmasters have been gathering at the inquiry this week. They want those responsible to answer for the scandal. This morning, the public inquiry will have questions for Adam Crozier. He's been at the helm of the Football Association, the advertising agency Saatchi & Saatchi, ITV and the telecoms giant BT, where he's still currently chairman. But it's his time heading Royal Mail between 2003 and 2010 that will be under scrutiny today. According to evidence released to the inquiry, from 2003 to 2009, the Post Office secured more than 400 convictions in England and Wales using Horizon data. Mr. Crozier has previously said in a statement, "Well, I did not have any involvement in the Horizon issue during my time at Royal Mail. I feel deeply sorry for those whose lives were ruined by what happened." There are other reasons his time at Royal Mail made the headlines. He earned as much as £3 million in pay and bonuses in 2007 to 2008. That was the same period unions were protesting the closure of thousands of post offices. Also testifying today, Alan Cook. He was managing director for the Post Office from 2006 to 2010. In a letter shown to the inquiry, he's previously maintained the integrity of the Horizon system, but has since apologised. Those apologies are racking up. Despite her absence yesterday, Seema Misra's name still came up. In 2010, she was 8 weeks pregnant when she was wrongly sent to prison. In an email, then Managing Director David Smith greeted her conviction with the words, "Brilliant news, well done."
I'd just like to place on record an apology to Seema Misra and family because of the way this has been perceived and portrayed subsequently. And
they need to apologise to my 10-year-old. They took his mum away on his birthday. I was 8 weeks pregnant. So, they need to apologise to my younger son. It's terrible. I haven't accepted the apologies.
As for other victims here at the inquiry, they tell us what they've been hearing is more of the same. And what they really want is for those responsible to be held to account. Azadeh Mashiri, BBC News.
Well, we can speak now to former Sub-Postmistress Seema Misra, who you saw in that report. Seema, very good morning to you. Thank you for your time this morning. I know you weren't at the inquiry yesterday, but much of the focus was on evidence that involved you. What did you make of what David Smith said?
It just makes me more and more angry. It's horrible. They never learn the lesson.
Explain a little more to me about that, because what we saw in the report a moment ago was the moment when, giving evidence yesterday, it was revealed that he'd sent an email to the team behind your wrongful conviction, as we know now, saying, "Brilliant news, well done," was in the email. Now, clearly, at that point in time, he did not know that you were wrongly convicted. But when you heard him issuing an apology yesterday, what did you think?
Well, I didn't. They definitely knew that I'm innocent, because we've seen quite a few emails and all that. But they all knew there's a scandal going on and everything. They had just a couple of days before my trial began, they had a meeting and all that. So I don't take it they didn't know. It's a complete lie.
OK, and he also said in his evidence yesterday, and this was a message directly to you and your family, he apologised for how his words have been perceived. That was his language, how his words, "brilliant news, well done," have been perceived by you. So how do you perceive those words?
They knew there's an issue. They knew they're sending an innocent woman to prison. So no, it's saying a brilliant news to the teamwork and all that, and after that apologizing, and then not cooperating in the inquiry. It doesn't go ahead. Doesn't go hand in hand.
Seema, for those people who are not familiar with your circumstances at the time, when you were sentenced to prison, you were 8 weeks pregnant and you had, I think your son then was 10 years old. Is that right? Tell us a little bit about that time.
Yeah. So I was sentenced on my eldest and 10th birthday, or exact date, and being 8 weeks pregnant because I pleaded not guilty for theft charges. So the jury came back with a verdict guilty, so I had a 15-month imprisonment. But due to good behavior, I was released earlier on tag, which means I gave birth with a tag on.
And when you think back to that time now, what do you think?
I'm okay to fight with the post office because we know we're fighting for the justice, but just the prison bait, I still can't get over it. It still gives me nightmares because I've been sent to the prison for the crime I never committed. And here, all these people, they committed a crime and they're roaming around freely. That makes me more and more angry.
Seema, just give us a sense, because I've heard one or two other former postmasters who were involved in this saying that obviously it's a good thing the inquiry is taking place and people are being asked questions.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is very hard for you to hear again the evidence, to hear people saying the words. How has it been for you as you've watched and listened?
It's been really, really hard. You know, it's just like bring all back the memories. But it is a process. We have to go through it. We know it's difficult, but like as we're fighting for justice, we have to go for it.
Seema, we appreciate your time this morning. Thank you very much. And as you'll be well aware, today the inquiry continues. So we appreciate your time this morning, Seema.